I always keep extra water on hand, stored, just in case the water would go out, the electric goes out, you know, that kind of thing. So we always keep several gallons on hand, and I just put it into, I bleach out milk jugs and soda jugs, and then I keep them for up to a year, okay? And I know some people wouldn't want to drink the water after it's been kept for a year, but what I do is before we don't just drink it right out of the jugs, although I don't know, I'm not a water expert, but it doesn't smell any different. That doesn't mean that there couldn't be some type of a bacteria in there, but I'll show you a little something what I do when I do store it. But when we get ready to use it, because like you'll see some is 114 right now. I'm opening 1114s, and then there's 1214 or 1113, excuse me, and then there's a bunch of 114s and so forth. So those will be opened soon. Okay, see, and then we have this Berkey, and it's the, I don't know if it's the big Berkey, the Royal Berkey, whichever, but it's a Berkey. And we use it with the black filters. And I take the water then and I just pour it into the Berkey, and then we drink it. And we use it for our coffee maker and for regular drinking and stuff like that. What I do though with the water when I'm actually getting ready to store it, I put it into these bottles like I said, but then what I do is once I filled up the bottle, I fill up the water beyond full basically, so that it is overflowing, and then I start to put the cap on, and then I squeeze the bottle so any air that's in there is going to come out, and I squeeze the bottle and then I tighten the cap on, so it's less likely that water will get in there. And where I had the batch that I just showed you stored, normally that's our formal dining room, which is almost never used. The curtains are normally closed in there and the lights are usually off. So it's not getting sunlight on that, and like in our room I actually will stick them inside of a little white plastic bag, again just to prevent light from getting on there, but there's not really a lot of light in that room that they're stored in either. So the key is to keep light away from it, because you know in light grows bacteria, and to have a good seal on there. So these close pretty tight. These jugs, like these milk jugs, the lids don't close that tight, but it does close tight enough that if I squeeze it, it doesn't leak. So I've used several of those, and like I said, we put it through the Berkey, so we haven't ever gotten sick, and so I would think that it would be okay. And I know people hate when people say that, you know, well, I haven't ever gotten sick and grandma hasn't ever gotten sick, and you know, I know that that's not always proof positive 100% of the time, but it is proof. So you know, and you don't have to store it for, you know, a year. Some people store it for maybe 3 months and, you know, cycle it out. Like I have one that I keep in just a little canteen like. Now that one, about every 2 months I dump it out, just because, and I do have a filter, it, you know, also a small little, you know, backpack filter, so to speak. But I don't know, I guess because I'd be more likely to drink it out of that canteen, I would want it a little fresher. But the fact that it's going through the Berkey, which, I don't know, you know, these things are supposed to be really good, especially with those black filters. So, you know, you can test it, you can put red dye in there and see if it comes out the other side to make sure your filters are still good. But, you know, we have spare filters, and this is just a good way to keep water on hand and know that we have some drinkable water, because, you know, we could take swamp water and dump it in this thing according to what they show on the videos and what, you know, they say it's capable of. So again, it's better than swamp water, hopefully. And you know, just a little idea. And the thing is with these like soda bottles, these shapes, I just like line them up against the walls like you've seen, and they don't take up a lot of space, and that's a lot of usable water if you would need it. Now when I just opened the lid on this one here, you could actually hear it go, you know, like when it's actually taking air in because you just opened it. So, and you'll see it is literally, it's filled right up to the top. When I put my finger right there, it is wet. So that's pretty full. This one here was so full when I just opened it that the water actually started just running out. So it really works, you know. Look at that. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like above full. The water is just pooled on the top.